Hello, Ed, Slow Car Fix. I'm going to work on my 55 Chevy 2-door to 4-door conversion. Today I'm going to tackle something that I've wanted to do for a while, and that's fixing my mistakes. Okay, before I show you my screw-ups and how I'm going to fix them, I would like to ask that if you could, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell so you can see my future videos come out, and please check out my other videos. It helps the channel, which helps people, and helps me keep doing what I'm doing and lets me know that you're interested. Thanks. Look at this Hamburger. This is not the kind of work that I want to do on this car. This here is kind of okay. I could save that. I could hammer and dolly that out. This business over here is a mess. It looks bad here because this is just ground and not sanded. But this here was not really, it's just a crappy part of the car. Anyways, I'm not going to beat it to death. I'm going to fix this. I don't like it. The other side has turned out immensely better. So what I need to do is do what everyone else does and skin the door, the back door, from when this was a 4-door. And that will go in here somewhere. And hopefully I can keep it a little straighter than this, because what happened was this was getting low and then I was screwing with it trying to get it back out, and it just made a big mess. This was a not good spot on the car. And then I started adding patches to it and it just turned into Hamburger real quick. So I've been staring at this for a while. This needs to come back to like right back to here. And yes, I could buy a new quarter panel. Here's my door. I will give you a look at the passenger side. Turned out immensely better. It's pretty straight. I'm pretty happy with it. I've hammered and dollied from here down, and it's as good as it's going to get for filler. I do have to finish some work up here. I covered that in my last video, but I've got to do some work up there. But I'm trying to get the car strong enough that I can install my one-piece floor. So this is the skinned door that I used for the rear door for the passenger side. What you do to skin these doors is, the first thing you have to do is take all the crap off of it, all the trim, and this is a Bel Air, so it's got a lot of trim, and the door handle and all that good stuff. So you have to take that off, and then what you do to get the skin to come off is you grind the edge of this off. I use a flap wheel, and once you do that, it just the front skin just pops right off. So this skin, I think, is in decent shape. So the reason for using the skin is that the panel, if I don't drop this, maybe I'll drop it. If you look here, the panel is curved. It's got like a pregnant type shape to it. So if you notice that, you know, the door has the same shape. Everything all has the same shape. You can't just put a flat piece of steel there. It's not going to work. So I have a slip roll. I've only used it like once. I'm not that good at it. I've got an English wheel. I'm okay at, but still not great. I'm not going to try and shape my own panel. I did that before and it didn't really turn out as well as I'd like. So I'm going to take the skin off, use a bulk of this skin. I'm also going to use that for shape, because I am going to have to slip roll a piece where, you know, to where that panel doesn't cover. So the door skin part should cover right here, this mess, and I got a big low spot here and all that. And then I'm gonna have to probably make a new piece that covers, you know, back into here and up here. Not really sure how that's gonna go yet. I'll try the slip roll. The other option I have, and I don't know if it's really the right profile, because the profile does change as it goes back, is the other option I have is to go outside and get the front door and skin it. But really, I need to just learn how to use my slip roll properly, and then make a piece that the profile matches the profile of that door skin. So when I cut that skin off, I'll have a shape to work with and something to replicate. And then it shouldn't really matter from that point on. I should be able to make something happen. Okay, so here's the door with all the trim off of it. This is a good time if you are going to reuse this glass for something, or you're going to sell this glass, take it out of here before you grind anywhere near it, because you will ruin it. I don't care. I have other doors. There's lots of glass available for 4-door people. So I'm not worried about it. Anyways, the other thing is you want to remove all the trim. This divider trim, I believe, is the same for a 2-door and a 4-door. So you might want to hang on to that. I'm hanging on to it. I popped off this Bel Air trim that goes across here. It just pops into place. The Bel Air spear and the that divider trim and the door handle, you can access it all from the inside of the door. It's a little awkward, but it's not a big deal. So what I'm going to do is use my flap wheel and cut the edges like I was mentioning, and then I will cut across the top like I did on this other one with a zip wheel. And then I've got a skin to play with. It doesn't look too bad. Got a little ding here, a little rust on the bottom, so I probably won't be able to use all of it, but at least it gives me something to work with. Okay, so I've made some progress on the 55. I walked away from it for a couple of days because I had work to do. So now I've got a chance to look at it again. I've done some interesting stuff. Don't know if that means it's good, but I do like the way it's turning out. And I'll show you what I got going on. I've got a lot of welding to do. This isn't the ideal way to do this, but I'm kind of making do with what I have. And I think it's working out. So I'll show you. Okay, so you can see this isn't attached because I'm still working on that. But it's relatively straight where it wasn't before. So in a little bit here, so I'll have to play with that as I go. It's not bad though. I don't think. It does look kind of in a bit. I'll work on that. I'll get that back out. This part here, if you remember from my other video, there was a part of the quarter panel that was just mangled. There was I think there's some accident damage here. So if you're wondering what this piece is, that just happened to have the right curve that I needed, it's the front door. It's the front door from the 4-door. Obviously I'm gonna have to fill these holes. I'm making do with what I've got, trying to keep some progress happening. So it's actually lining up not bad. I've got to stitch it in, but it's coming along. I do have some more damage here. Some lead work right there. This had a fair bit of body filler here. It's been an accident, I think, for sure. If you look at how far in this is set and the cracking there, some body filler around there. So I'm gonna have to play with that. Hopefully I don't have to buy a quarter panel and start all over again. I don't think I do. I think I can get away with this, and I think it's gonna take some filler. It's gonna take some welding. I have to, these cuts didn't go very well, so I have to cut new pieces to put in here. There'd be a little piece that goes like that. Yeah, so that's okay. This gap was a little wide, so I'm splicing in a new piece. It's a lot of splicing and dicing. It's not ideal. This is not the right way to do this, but I'm making do with what I have because I already had this piece installed. And I didn't really want to throw it out. That was a lot of money. But as I said in one of my other videos, don't buy this piece. I wouldn't buy this at all. If I was doing this again, I would do what everyone else does. I would move the pillar, take the 2-door pillar, or sorry, the 4-door pillar, move it back the 6 inches that it needs to go, skin the door, weld the door skin in, and I would have been done ages ago, other than the damage that was on the quarter panel that was under the paint and I didn't see until I took all the paint off. But I would have been done this portion of it ages ago. I did get my new rocker in. So you can see I got the one-piece floor. I got a new rocker for the driver's side. I also bought body mounts for the floor. And these are this is really cheesy. These are from these are the end caps for the rockers and with the fender mounts. Don't buy these. These suck. It'll be interesting to see how they go in. They cost a lot of money, way too much money for what they are. And if I would have had something to go by, I would have just made them because this is really crappy quality. This is from Cars, I think, Cars Inc. or something, or I don't know what the place is called. But anyways, it's really not great. So they're not ideal. And that's the end caps that go in the rocker that give you this thing here. So I have to be very careful, and it's all this whole deal here. I have to be very careful when I take this out to save what this looks like, because the other side is quite mangled. Actually, the other side is right here. And it's pretty mangled. It's kind of hard to tell. But this is what your fender mounts to, so it's kind of important. So anyways, I'm going to splice in that little piece there, try and make sure everything's nice and straight as it's going to be, and make sure it looks, as good as the pretty side. And then I can get the rocker in, and once I get the rocker in, my buddy Kyle is going to come over maybe next week and give me a hand and we'll put the floor in. Okay, another day has gone by and there's a change. There's a change in plans. I found something that I'm not really happy about, and things are going to get expensive. So I will show you what I have going on and try and decide a path forward. I think I know the only choice I've got. So I'll show you what I found and we'll go from there. Okay, so this is my nice looking panel. Not really nice, but I had added in various pieces of doors and all kinds of stuff to make this all work. This is the aftermarket panel. It's all trucking along fine, and I'm looking at this and I'm trying to get sort of into what repairs I have left, and then I start digging in here and this goes through, and then I start digging in here and this goes through and this goes through, and then there's a whole pile of filler here. And I was looking at where I was lining up and making it straight, and I was lining up and making it straight with a panel that had a whole bunch of filler in it. So then I started poking around some more, and then I found that there's a lot of filler. There's, when I measured it, I'm just over 300 thousandths of an inch of filler. So I'm well over a quarter inch of filler. There's a lot of damage here. So I think what happened was this car might have been smucked at one time in this back corner. Obviously this has got an issue. This was like really high around this this filler door. So now I'm not so sure about my contours, if I've got everything right. And I'm really happy with the passenger side, but the driver's side is kind of not great. So I think this is where it gets expensive, and I think that I need to buy a quarter panel. So I'm going to stop at this point. Not the entire car, but I'm going to stop right now on this and not work on this anymore. Well, I did stop the other day, but so there's a lot of... That's pretty crazy. That's almost what you'd see on Facebook meme somewhere. So the passenger side, I'm happy with my metalwork. I'm happy with the way this all turned out. It's nice and pretty. But there's also some funniness here. And there's the same indications. You know, I know that this is all shot down here. I knew I was going to have to deal with this anyways. There's a lot of checking and stuff. I'm a little afraid that if I dig into this, I'm going to find the same drywall mess that I've got on the other side. So I think at this point, I definitely need a quarter panel for the driver's side. What do you guys think? Do I need one for the passenger side? Like, I'm pretty happy with my metalwork here. I'm not afraid of abandoning it if I have to. I'm pretty happy with it, but am I better off to just put 2 quarters on it? It's a lot of money, but am I better off to just put 2 quarters on it? So that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. I'm trying to decide if I want to put 2 quarters on it or just the 1 quarter. I definitely think that the time spent fixing the driver's side quarter would not be well spent, and the car wouldn't look that good in the end. I'm trying to do a nice job. I know it's hard to say I'm going to do a nice job when I'm converting something from something it wasn't to something totally different. But I want it to be a really nice car. So I've got the best price I've got on quarter panels, and they're hardtop quarter panels, not sedan quarter panels. So they don't have the window frame. Now that's okay, because I don't really need the window frame because I have it here. And I guess the V, this drop down on a hardtop, is maybe in a different spot. So the guy at Bay Ridge's Classic Chevy says I'd have to use this piece and use my window frame that I've already got here. But the rest of the quarter I could replace with a hardtop quarter, and they're apparently a little better quality and easier to work with than the Chinese ones that have the door frame. And I also can't get the Chinese ones here, at least not anytime soon. So The best I can do on the Chinese ones with the window frames is like almost $2,000 each. And I can't, and they apparently don't fit that great. So the ones from Cars Inc. that Bay Ridges can get me, it looks like by the time I get them, they're going to be around $2,900 for the set, so $2,900 for the set. And like I said, I would still have to use, you know, my window frame piece, which is fine. So it'd pretty much stop right where this line already is. So that's okay. What's your thoughts? I've already spent $2,500 on floors and rockers. I'm into the car a pile. I've got good fenders. Like, I'm not abandoning the car by any means. But do I, is it the right thing to do to put 2 new quarters on it and just walk from all the work I've done? Or do I leave the passenger side the way it is and just do the driver's side? Let me know what you guys think. I'm curious. So the plan for right now is I'm going to put in some structural metal. Actually, it's not really structural metal. It's an old bed frame that I have in the basement. I'm going to cut it up, the angle iron. And if you haven't fabricated anything out of an old bed frame, then you haven't fabricated anything. So I'm going to cut up the bed frame and sort of tie everything together and try and make it a little more rigid. I have a little bit of time off for the holidays. My buddy Kyle is going to come over and we're going to put this one-piece floor in. Get it tacked into place. And then I'm probably going to switch to the truck, because that was the plan anyways, was to do the LS swap in my 57 truck. So instead of finishing up the quarter, I'm going to put the floor in, get it all in solid, and then decide over the holidays if I'm going to buy a set of quarters or just buy 1 quarter or somehow magically make this thing better. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Get a lot of good action from the comments, and I appreciate that. So that's good, especially when it's positive and not not necessarily tearing me apart. So thanks for watching. I'm going to end it here. This kind of took a turn. I was trying to fix something that I wasn't happy with, and really I ended up having to spend a bunch of money. So that's okay. These cars all take the same 2 things, time and money. I know the old saying is that if you have a lot of one, you can get by with a little of the other. I don't know. To me, it always seems to take an equal amount of both. But look forward to seeing what you guys have to say in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing and checking out my other videos. And there's more to come on this project. I'm not giving up, but I am going to put it aside and work on the truck, because I need to get the truck done for spring. And then I'll be back on this again.